Well, good afternoon and hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is our third installment of the Rosenfield Webinar Series for auto dealers. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. My name is Kathy. I'm today's organizer for the webinar. I'm here with our partner, Alan Ginsberg, who he's graciously filling in today for Ken Rosenfield. Ken is a little bit under the weather today, so he's not going to be joining us. And in case you don't know us, Rosenfield and Company is a CPA firm. We have been serving the automotive industry for over 25 years, and we are super excited to be having our guest Max Zanan with us today. He's been a longtime friend of the firm, and I think him and Alan go way back, but I will let them tell you more about that. And he's joining us all the way from Spain today. Is that right, Max?
Yes, I am in Spain.
Awesome. I don't even know what time it is over there, but thank you so much for joining us.
It's 7 o'clock at night.
Oh my goodness. Thank goodness for technology. Before we get started, I just want to remind all of you that we would like for you to be part of today's discussion as well. We have a Q&A chat feature that you can use to submit questions at any time, and I'll be keeping an eye out and make sure that your questions get answered. And with that, I will give the floor to our lovely speakers. Did you want to?
Hi, my name's Alan Ginsberg. I'm a partner at Rosenfield and Company. Ken asked me to handle this for him today since he's a little under the weather. So why don't I start by introducing Max Zanan, an old friend of mine.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. And I know Alan over 20 years, and I think I know Ken 10 years. And I am in F&I business. So what I do is provide F&I products for car dealers across the country. And we also set up different types of participation programs, whether it's reinsurance, DOWC, or an NCFC. But again, today's webinar is not about F&I products, because I think it would be beating the dead horse, right? Everybody knows the same F&I products and what they need to do to sell them. Today's webinar is about a relatively new product that is not in the finance office at all. And therefore, for me, I see it as an incredible opportunity to accomplish certain things that you could not accomplish through the sale of F&I products. And what I'm talking about is a product called Repaired for Life. This is a product that is being used in the service department. And basically what it means is that if the customer comes in for a customer pay repair, meaning that customer is out of the factory warranty, the dealership will warranty that customer pay repair order for life. So if that repair, is, let's say, air conditioning, and that air conditioning fails again 2 or 3 years later, all the customer has to do is go back to that dealership, and they will not have to pay for labor or for parts. So it addresses the main issue. And in my mind, the main issue is the fact that service retention drops in every single dealership once the factory warranty runs out, right? Because while your vehicle is under factory warranty and it's not going to cost you anything, you definitely keep going back to an authorized dealer. Maybe not necessarily the dealer that you bought the car from, but you do go back to an authorized dealer for any warranty issues. When it comes to the time when the factory warranty runs out, we see a huge drop in retention, right? And people start going to, Jiffy Lube, to an independent mechanic, to Firestone, and they do it for two reasons. First, they 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 think that it is very inconvenient to go back to a car dealer for repairs. And they are not wrong. Many times we would conduct an experiment, right, and just call a service department to schedule an oil change. And they will tell you that the next available is in 2 weeks. Nobody's waiting 2 weeks for an oil change. It's just, that's not how we operate. So there's an issue of inconvenience, and then there's a perception that the repair work at a car dealership would cost more money compared to an independent mechanic. And it could be true, but again, a good service manager or a good service advisor would be able to explain why their work costs a little more than an independent mechanic, right? First and foremost, the work is being done by factory trained technicians. And second, these factory trained technicians are going to use genuine OEM parts. They're not going to use aftermarket parts. So if you put this in perspective, it kind of makes sense. And again, a lot of times service managers and service advisors do not do a good job explaining it throughout the warranty period. So when the customer runs out of the factory warranty, they're already mentally prepped that it's okay to come back to the service department for future repairs. Another important point, and I think Alan can definitely confirm that, the profit margins on parts and labor are significantly higher than profit margins on car sales.
That I can verify.
Right. So you really want to do whatever it takes to get as much service work through your service drive as possible. And the profit margins on the customer pay repairs are the highest when it comes to, parts and labor. So, usually we're talking about a 75% markup on labor and close to 50% markup on parts. These are tremendous margins. I mean, Apple is, right there with their margins on an iPhone. So again, it's in the interest of every dealer principal, general manager, and the service manager to retain as much service work as possible. And we have to take into consideration the fact that we used to sell X amount of new vehicles every year, somewhere between 15 and 17 million units. So the units in operation was a pretty stable number year over year. And then there was a tremendous drop due to shortages, due to COVID. So not only that it's hard to retain out of warranty work, there will be less warranty and less out of warranty work because there are less units in operation. Because there was a significant drop in new car sales in 2020, 21, 22, and 23. So car dealers need to prepare for that. And there are several strategies that you can utilize to get more customers to come back to your service drive. And I think the first and the foundation should be a prepaid maintenance policy, right? Not the prepaid maintenance from the OEM, but the prepaid maintenance policy from the dealership itself, right? Because if your dealership sells an OEM prepaid maintenance policy, you give a license to your customer to go to any other dealership to do the work, right? There is absolutely no condition for them to go back for the maintenance work at your dealership. So So first and foremost, I would set up a prepaid maintenance that only works at your car dealership. And we have great success with this type of programs. We usually retain about 75%. So the best approach is to give away a 1 year of prepaid maintenance with the purchase of the car, and then have the finance department upsell to 3 or 5 years to offset the cost of the preload. But this approach means that your customers have to go back to your service department to do the scheduled maintenance. Another benefit is that if they don't come back, and I'll give you a perfect example. I'm not sure if it's available now, but there was a time in the past when if you bought a brand new BMW, it came with prepaid maintenance already. And you would think that BMW would have 100% retention on that maintenance work, right? Because it's already included in the price of the car. And they didn't. They could barely get to 70%, right? Because some people forget that they have it. Other people choose to do their maintenance, let's say at a Jiffy Lube, because it's more convenient and it's faster and they're willing to pay for it. So when I say that we can retain about 75%, these are better numbers than what BMW had to show for it. And the other 25% that don't come back, so that forfeiture, right? The premium dollars that are not being used towards prepaid maintenance will go back to the dealership. Whereas when you sell prepaid maintenance from an OEM policy, these forfeiture dollars will go back to the OEM and not to you. So that would be step number one, right? Just to get your customers into the habit of coming back to your dealership for scheduled maintenance. And the repaired for life would be that cherry on top, right? I would put marketing materials throughout the waiting area so people know that your dealership is not like any other place in town, right? Because you truly stand behind your repairs with a lifetime warranty. And that's a very strong marketing message. And that's a very strong, why buy from us message, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to do whatever it takes to stand out from competition. And when it comes to getting out of warranty repair work, you're not only competing with other dealers in the area, you're also competing with Jiffy Lube, with Valvoline, with Firestone, and with a bunch of independent mechanics. So the competition is really strong, and the Repaired for Life program will definitely help you acquire more customers and retain more customers in your service drive. What I like about the Repaired for Life program is that it really does not require any change in your service process. This is not like an F&I product where there's a finance manager selling it. The way it works is that we do this through integration with your DMS. So when your service advisor builds a quote for a particular repair, that Repaired for Life warranty is automatically built into that estimate. So when they present the estimate to the customer, it's already there. It does not require any additional word tracks or anything. And one thing happens right away, right? It's much easier if you're a customer to say yes to a repair if it comes with a lifetime warranty, right? Whereas oftentimes when a service advisor presents an estimate, a lot of times customers will say, well, maybe next time, I don't have time to do it right now. But, having a lifetime warranty is a compelling argument to do it now and not to worry about, that particular component failing in the future. So so like I said, we integrate with every single DMS, and the cost of the warranty is 5% of the repair order. So if it's an $800 repair order, this warranty is $40. So we're not talking about a high dollar amount. You're not going to price yourself out of the market, but by utilizing that program. And the dollars, and the benefits speak to themselves for themselves, right? So again, it's customer retention, it's market differentiation, ease of use in the car dealership, no change in your service process. And when it comes to reinsurance, this is a really good opportunity for a dealer principal to put away premium dollars either into an existing reinsurance company, or we can open a new one for the dealership. So you can create a new revenue source for your reinsurance company, and it's a very low loss ratio product, meaning that in our estimate, losses will not exceed 20%. So it makes a lot of sense, and I'll walk you through some math here. An average customer pay repair order in the United States is $792. So basically $800, right? So that warranty is going to be about $40. The admin fee that we charge is $14.91. It's a crazy number, but think of it as just $15. And depending on how many customer pay repair orders you do, we can build a pro forma and show you what's in it for you. But basically, think of it this way. There is a lot of flexibility in this program. So the idea is that you are going to offer a lifetime warranty on every repair that's available in your service department. However, you can also disallow certain opcodes from that program. So for example, some dealers choose to disallow brakes and other maintenance items, whereas other dealers choose to allow brakes, even though they know they will have to replace them. But for the retention element of the program, they choose to keep brakes and other maintenance items as covered items by this program. So when we do a setup, we ask you to provide all the opcodes that you would like to include in the program and all the opcodes that you would like to exclude from the program. So you are in complete control when it comes to opcodes that you want to cover or not. And based on your customer pay repair order volume, I'll give you a few examples. Let's say if you do 200 monthly repair orders that are customer pay, that would mean, let's say if you were doing this for 5 years and there was a 20% loss ratio and you were only getting 4% return on investment as investment income on your premium dollars, in 5 years, you would have $414,000 in your reinsurance company. With a 500 monthly repair order count, you would have over $1 million, right? With 1,000 monthly repair orders, you would have over $2 million. And with 5,000 monthly repair orders, if it's a large order group, you would have over $10 million in your reinsurance company. And again, I'm sure Alan can confirm this. The beauty of reinsurance is the fact that underwriting profit, which is money left over after claims are paid, is not subject to income tax. Right?
Correct.
That's the gift from the IRS. And I'm sure, Alan would confirm the fact that IRS is not really notorious for giving gifts.
No, not
So,
often. One
right.
other thing, Max, I want to emphasize for you that you're not paying, or the dealer's not paying commissions to anybody on this additional item they're selling, because it's being sold behind the scenes.
That's
And
exactly right.
your sales people are not really aware of what this is costing you.
That's exactly right. Because there are several ways we can do it. We can do it as a 5% markup on the totality of the repair order, or we can do it as 10% markup on labor, or 10% markup on parts. Or in certain places, we can even do this through shop supplies. So you're absolutely right. There is no commission being paid to service advisors that are involved in the sales process.
Max, why don't you also talk about how this can be integrated with oil changes for life and maybe tires for life plans?
So I'm not a big fan of tires for life, especially in Northeast, because you will lose your shirt. If you ever driven in New York or New Jersey, Alan, you would know, right? If there's a dealership that offers it and you happen to be buying a car, they definitely take advantage of it. But if I'm a dealer, definitely lifetime oil changes or a lifetime powertrain warranty or a lifetime engine warranty, anything lifetime that requires the customer to go back to the dealership to, at the very minimum, perform scheduled maintenance according to the owner's manual, would be a phenomenal tool to increase retention. And again, the repaired for life is that cherry on top, because it really gives them a reason to stay with the dealership and not defect to an independent mechanic.
Now, is there any provision you have to write in there to allow them to go to other dealers as a result of maybe moving out of the area or relocating the car?
Yes, exactly. Life happens, and especially during COVID, a lot of people moved to Florida or to Texas, and in this case, of course, the customer can go to another dealership and take advantage of the warranty. But again, the idea behind it is that we would like to require the customer to go back to the selling dealer to take advantage of the program. Again, unless they move to another state.
Max, are there any other restrictions on these plans?
No. Again, when we set it up, the dealer has complete control over the program, meaning that not only that they get to choose what opcodes go into the coverage, they can also choose the time. So I talk about repair for life because from the marketing perspective, it sounds really good. But instead of repaired for life, you can do something else. You can do repaired, where you warranty the repair for 5 years, or you warranty the repair for 10 years, right? It can be custom tailored to each and every dealership.
Do you want to give us maybe an example of a dealership that you were able to successfully implement this and, share some of the results that they achieved?
So the best result comes from the fact, and I think every service manager knows what I'm talking about. It has a funny name, a lost soul report, right? These are the customers that bought a car from you and haven't been back in your service department for over 6 months, right? And these are the people that you want to get back into your service department. Again, doesn't matter whether it's for scheduled maintenance or for actual repair work. So when you do a proper marketing campaign, and you can do several things. You can do email blasts, you can do text messaging blasts, right? You can do other types of advertising to promote this program, because the marketing benefit comes from promotion, right? And if you start promoting the fact that you are willing to warranty every repair for a lifetime, will definitely bring back those people that have never been in your service department. And this is really easy to track. You can run this report in your DMS and see it with your own eyes.
I have another question, actually. So let's say from the customer's point of view, what makes this lifetime labor warranties an appealing option?
Well, it eliminates financial burden in the future, right? Because sometimes things fail more than once, right? And let's say you are a customer and your air conditioning failed in your car, so you're out of warranty. You go back to, let's say, a Ford dealership, and they say, Catherine, it'll be $1,500 to fix it. And you live in Florida, right? So you cannot not fix it with the Florida climate, right? And at the very minimum, you want to know that you don't have to go back and pay for it all over again if it fails down the road. Because don't forget that an average vehicle in the United States is almost 12 years old, right? So that means that people are holding on to cars much longer. And that means that that out of warranty period is much longer, right? Because if you're getting, a Japanese car or an American car, your bumper to bumper warranty is usually 3 years, 36,000 miles. And if the average age of the vehicle is pushing 12 years, that means about 9 years you are on your own when it comes to paying for the repairs. So as a consumer, I think you would immediately see the benefit of Repaired for Life program.
Okay, and have you seen any common skepticism or concerns from customers about a program?
No, because again, it is priced right. And as I was saying, if the average repair order in America is $800, we're talking about a $40. And just ask yourself a question, would you spend $800 or $840, right? And another thing is this, right? We have these statistics, because NADA collects all this data and all the OEMs collect the data. But in reality, when you go to the service department for a repair, it's not like going to a Chinese restaurant where there is a menu with every single repair, listed with prices, right? So at the end of the day, usually what happens, either you get a phone call from your service advisor, or if you choose to wait in the waiting area, they come out and they will say, hey, Catherine, here's the estimate for this repair that really needs to be done today. And in this particular case, instead of presenting it at $800, they would present it at $840 and say, by the way, this repair is warranted for life. So if anything goes wrong with this particular component in the future, just come back here and you don't have to pay for labor and you don't have to pay for parts.
Yeah.
Max, one of the difficult things, especially with dealerships up in the Northeast that do a lot of lease sales, is getting customers back in to do service, including even just regular maintenance to their vehicles during the lease term. What products would you recommend to satisfy that problem?
Definitely prepaid maintenance, because you have to do your prepaid maintenance, meaning you have to do your maintenance as a lessee, right? Because if you don't change your oil, right, and your engine fails, that factory warranty is not going to pay for it. right? They're going to send an inspector, see the sludge in the engine, and it's game over, right? So as a dealer, I would do prepaid maintenance that's only good at my dealership. So for example, if you're a Honda dealer, I would steer away from selling Honda prepaid maintenance, because let's say you take New York, right? I can buy a car at Paragon Honda in Queens, right? And if they sell me Honda prepaid maintenance, I can go to Hillside Honda, which is 10 miles away from Paragon, right? And just service my car there. But if the dealership, like I said, gives away at the very minimum 1 year of prepaid maintenance that's only good at their dealership or only good at their auto group, right? So for example, if you have an auto group consisting of 8 or 10 stores, you can let people go to any of the stores to take advantage of that prepaid maintenance. You get your customers into a habit of going back to your dealership, building a relationship with service advisors. And if you have an opportunity to build a relationship with your customers, it'll be much easier when it comes to selling future repair work or selling them another vehicle when the lease cycle is over.
Now, for dealers that don't normally give service loaners, is there a way to integrate service loaners into these programs?
So my advice is that the problem with service loaners is that unless you have the right software to manage it, you will get yourself in trouble, right? Because you will be getting tickets, you will be getting unpaid tolls, you will be filling up gas tanks, right? So the key here is to get the right software to manage your loaner fleet. And you can definitely, so when it comes to prepaid maintenance, when we do prepaid maintenance, we don't tell the dealer what to include in it, right? It's entirely up to the dealer what they want to do. So, for example, you can do 2 oil changes a year, 1 tire rotation, 1 car wash, a New York State inspection, or a loaner vehicle, right? You get to customize your prepaid maintenance program, and you can actually make it better than the one that comes from the OEM.
That's an interesting concept.
Right, because we don't care what it is. You know, our job as the administrator is to bring the people back, right, to take advantage of the prepaid maintenance that they have. So to us, the job is to bring them back, and it's up to the dealer to design the program the way they want to. Because, for example, in New York, some dealers choose to include a New York State inspection in the program, which is a phenomenal benefit if you think about it, because you have to get your car inspected every single year, whether you like it or not.
Not in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, New Jersey has become more lenient in terms of inspection. I believe a new car is good for 3 or 4 years at this point in time.
Oh, wow. Well, they're definitely missing out on revenue. Catherine, I think you're on mute.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see lifetime labor warranties becoming a standard practice across the industry in the future, or would you like to see them?
I would like to see it, but again, this is a relatively new product, and I think dealers fall into 3 categories, right? Uh, there are 10% of car dealers that are innovators, right? And they will always try new strategies to grow their business, And then there are about 20% of imitators, right? They just wait for the 10% to do it, see if it works, and then they jump in. And unfortunately, 70% of dealer body would not do anything, even if their life depended on it. So I'm pretty sure that 30% with time will adopt this program because it's absolutely phenomenal, right? Again, based on the fact that the profit margins in service are tremendous, based on the fact that this is a low loss uh, product, so it's really good for your reinsurance company, and it's really good for the consumer. So it's a true win-win.
Max, we have a question here from one of the viewers. How does this work if the parts provider is also giving a warranty that the dealer can take advantage of?
That's a great question. So the reason I say that this is a low loss product is because when you repair your car at an authorized dealer, they're going to use an OEM part. And an OEM part, depending on the part, comes with a factory warranty. So some parts come with 12/12, some parts 24/24, 36/36. And the reason this program makes perfect sense is because when we integrate with your DMS, we see every single part number. So let's say if the part fails within the first 12 months and it's under the factory warranty, right? It's the factory that's going to eat the cost of the part, and it's not going to affect your reinsurance position at all. So basically, think of it as, when you buy a brand new car and it has a 3-year warranty and the finance manager sells you a 5-year warranty, what they're doing in reality, right, is they're selling you a 2-year warranty because the first 3 years are running concurrently with the factory warranty. So the first 3 years, when the car fails, it's the factory warranty that kicks in first, not the vehicle service contract that the finance manager sold. So it's exactly the same principle.
Now, Max, can this be used in any way to add value to a trade-in?
I don't think so, because again, this is not something that you sell at the time of sale, right? So you would only take advantage of it if your car broke down. Maybe in a way, listen, let's use a drastic example. If the engine failed under this program, right, the dealer would replace it and would warranty it for life. So then I guess, yes, it could increase the resale value of the car, right, if a major component is covered for life.
Now, would on a trade-in, would anything that was repaired, be continued to be covered under the new owner?
No, it's designed for the original owner, but I think it gives a peace of mind to the dealer who is taking the car on trade. If they're the ones that were selling the program, they actually know what was repaired on that car. So it's not transferable, to answer your question.
Okay.
So, Max, if you were advising a dealership that was launching this program, what is one key piece of advice that you would give them?
The main advice I would give them is to really think through the type of marketing they're going to do, right? Because this program is a phenomenal marketing tool. And the idea is not to keep it a secret. The idea is to, shout from every rooftop that your dealership stands behind every single customer pay repair and warranties it for life. right? So that marketing has to be really thought through and implemented in order to take advantage. And again, this marketing means two things, right? You have to advertise it, and you also have to display it and showcase it in your dealership, right? You shouldn't do one without the other.
Any other questions, Alan?
No, I have no other questions here for Max.
All right. And also the last thing that I want to mention, when the customer gets a copy of the repair order, they will actually see verbiage on that repair order stating that this particular repair is covered for life. So it gives them that peace of mind. You know, it's not just, oh, service advisor told me this. It's actually in writing on the service, on the repair order.
If it's written on the repair order, are there any other things written on there, you know, identifying that it's not transferable and so on and so forth?
So the way we do it is that it just wouldn't fit on the repair order itself. So the way it works is that you get the repair order at the time of repair with that particular verbiage, and then later that day you get an email with an actual warranty contract and all the terms.
Okay, so it says see complete terms in the
Exactly.
actual warranty.
Exactly. And again, it's completely automated. You don't have to rely on your service advisors to send this email out. They don't get to cherry pick, you know, where they're going to say, well, Alan came in for a big repair. I'm going to offer him a repair for life program. And Catherine came in for a small repair. I wouldn't bother. It's automated on every single customer pay repair order.
Sounds like a very good program.
Yeah, I agree. And it's absolutely seamless. There's, you know, we take care of the integration with the DMS. We speak to the service manager when it comes to choosing the opcodes that they want to be covered. We train service advisors. We provide marketing materials. We can set up a reinsurance company, or we can seed these premium dollars into an existing reinsurance company. So it's a turnkey type of a deal with literally a 100% penetration of customer repair order business.
So for a dealer who wants to implement this, what would be their next step?
Well, I hope they would call me or email me. My phone number is 917-903-0312. And my email address is max, M-A-X, at maxzanan.com. Or they can call you, you know. And
If they call me, I will give them all your contact info and get the ball rolling for them.
yeah, but again, I think this is new, and you know, the COVID days are over, right? Where you could just say this car is $10,000 over sticker, take it or leave it. You know, we are back to the pre-COVID type of a grind, but it is much worse now than pre-COVID, right? Because the interest rates are so high and your floor plan expense is ridiculously high compared to 2019, right? So as a dealer principal, you have to find ways to maximize profitability. And here you get to do it two ways. You really get to double dip, right? Because you can increase your service drive business and you can increase your reinsurance position.
Like I said, sounds like a great program.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. I think we're going to wrap up now. I want to thank you, Max, for joining us all the way from Spain. And I'm going to say enjoy the rest of your night since I believe it's 8 p.m. now.
That's right.
Alan, thank you for being flexible and joining us as well today. And I want to thank our audience for being a part of today's discussion. And please connect with us afterwards. I will be publishing the recording later this week. And with that, it's a wrap. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.